And it's all you.
All right, sorry, I'm trying to pull up my call or my
Your
slideshow.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. All right, sorry for being late. If you guys follow my page, we've had revival at our church this week, and it has been absolutely insane. And tonight was just as crazy as the other nights. Okay, let me share my screen. So tonight I am going to go over how to build your dream team. And this is something that I've really worked on multiple times, actually, because we all know that this is a business of revolving doors. And it was funny because the pastor that was speaking tonight was 100% speaking to me. And I swear God has literally been speaking this message to me for the last week, both regarding my business as well as Tristan and her health and my faith and things like that. So tonight's message was 100% on track with me sharing this call with you tonight. So I was kind of excited about it. Okay, so a little bit about me. Most of you guys all know me or you followed me. But I am a mom of 3 crazy little kiddos. Trey is 11. Sorry, I unplugged my headphones. Trey's 11. He keeps us super busy with all the sports and stuff. Tristan is my middle child, who is the one that I spend a lot of time in the hospital with. And then I have Tegan, who is my wild man, who is currently trying to join our call right now, the usual. And I own my photography business, as well as I am the founder of Team Keep the Faith. Me and my husband run our team together. I also was, sorry, my kids, we just walked in the door and they don't want to go to sleep. I also was certified to become a PIO instructor, which I have been working on getting a meeting to start training PIO, thank God, finally, at our church. So I'm super excited about that. As you all know, we're super busy around our house. Life keeps us pretty busy and on the go. As most of you guys know, I really, the last couple months, worked really hard on my health and fitness. Me and Monica, as you know, did the Beachbody Challenge, whatever the heck it's called. I'm totally losing my mind today. And I'm super excited to do it again next year. I am ready to get back on my crazy meal plan so that I can stay on track throughout the rest of the year. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is, why are you here? What made you sign up to become a coach? So whoever your upline coach is, when they were talking to you about Beachbody, what is it that made you want to sign up to become a coach? And then I want you to think about, what is keeping you here? So like I said, this business is a revolving door. It's not easy. The actual work is easy, but it's also just as easy to not do the work. So what is it that's keeping you here on those rough days where you feel like no one's responding to you, or you've really worked hard to talk to someone and then they went and bought it off of Amazon, or when your best friend signs up with some random person that she works with because, oh, I didn't really realize you were a coach. So what is it that's keeping you here? And obviously, when the going gets tough, and it will, why do you stay around? So I really want you guys to think about those. And then I also want you to think about your elevator speech. So I know Monica talked about this not that long ago, about knowing your story, why you're here, what's going on, like, what is your journey with Beachbody? I want you guys all to put an elevator speech together if you don't have one. And it only needs to be like 30 seconds. So whether it's, I was really down on myself, or I felt uncomfortable in my own skin, whatever it is, and then I started doing the workouts, I felt amazing, and I wanted to share my journey. It can be something as simple as that, but you should really know what your elevator speech is, especially for when people ask you, why you became a coach. That's the first thing you should be talking to them about, is about your passion about Beachbody and what we're doing. We have this amazing opportunity right in our hands that we can share with any and every person that walks in front of us. It's just a matter of you knowing that that's what you're here to be doing. You are meant to be sharing that information with them. Okay, so building your avatar. I know some of you are newer coaches, so I don't know if you've all done this before or not, but this is one thing that I like to have my coaches do. So First, I want you to think of what makes you you. A couple of the things that I always write down when I'm building my avatar is I'm a work from home mom. It used to be that I managed a bank, and now that's not who I am anymore. So that's not what I put in there. I don't work full time. I work from home. I'm busy. I'm tired. I'm wore out. I'm a woman of Christ, a photographer. I love makeup and fashion, party planning, any kind of hobbies and crafts, and running. So those are things that make me me. So I want you guys to make a list of things that, are unique to you. So these traits are what set you aside from every other Beachbody coach. So I want you to use them talking to people. If you think about it, I guarantee every one of you knows at least 3 Beachbody coaches. If you don't, I guarantee at some point at least 3 of your friends will sign up as a Beachbody coach, and not necessarily with you, just from somebody else, because there's so many coaches out there. You ate it all at church yesterday, Andrew. Huh? You shared your bubble gum with your class at church yesterday. It's all gone. Sorry.
No. Big one.
Ask Daddy.
It's my
Sorry, guys. So you need to know what's setting you aside from every other Beachbody coach. Out of all the other 300,000 Beachbody coach, what makes you unique? And then the best part about being a coach is that you get to choose who you work with. So why not pick people that you like? And that is something that God has really spoke to me for the last week is, I've worked really hard on building my team up, and twice I have built a really strong diamond team, and twice I've lost it. And one thing that I've learned is it's because I wasn't attracting the right people for me. I wasn't attracting the people who have the same beliefs as me or the same work ethic as me. I wasn't attracting the type of people that I would want to work with every day. I was attracting people who were negative Nancy's or, didn't really have the motivation. And that's not what I want on my team. And that's the best part about Beachbody is you don't have to pick those type of people. You can be choosy on who you work with, but it's just a matter of you talking to those people. So the women that are reading your posts know how you feel, and they've been through the same things. So share away. So share your journey. Share how you felt before you started Beachbody, how you felt now that you do Beachbody. And when you create a post, you need to create it as if you're talking to that woman, whether it's the old you or so many women that you know who feel that way. When you create a post, that's who you need to be talking to. Obviously, sorry, I kind of jumped the gun. But posting 101, every post that you're posting, like I said, should be to that avatar. So to that person that fits those traits that are unique to you as well. Those traits those women can understand how you feel because they once were uncomfortable in their own skin, or they were getting older and they were feeling real sluggish and just, weren't as excited about life. And you started getting healthy again, and you saw this new light in your life. And those are the people who have felt how you felt, and those are the people you should be talking to. Like I said, every time you craft your post, you should be talking directly to those people. Your everyday activities may seem minor or boring, but it's all about how you relate it to your avatar. So, most of you are mothers, or you're women, your wives. So you do laundry, you play with your kids, you get gas, you work out, whatever it is. Relate those things to people in your life. Monica's amazing at doing that. She is really good about sharing her daily journey. I am very on and off, and I'll be 100% honest. Some days I'm really good about sharing my day, and other days I'm just like, I'm doing laundry. I don't really feel like talking about it. But sometimes you can create some of your best posts just by talking about who else has an entire bed full of laundry that you don't want to put away, and just make it something funny. But then you can also tie in, but at least I'm glad that I'm home and I'm not trying to rush and put it away before I go to bed after I have worked a long day at the bank. So it's always about how you share your journey and how you're sharing what you're doing throughout your day. Also, for your posting, you want to make sure that you're adding value and you're being intentional. So next week, Monica is going over our marketing plan for Core to Force. And she is going to give us a strategy on how to post to be successful when we do our product launch. And the reason why that is every time you post, you should be being intentional. So like we have our coach sneak peek coming up. So every post that you're posting this week should somehow relate to coaching, but in a minor way. So like I said, I can be like, oh, I'm doing my workout at noon today because I didn't want to wake up super early. It's a good thing that I can work from home now, and I have the freedom of working out whenever I want to, instead of having to wake up early in the morning every day. Or, when I pick up my kids from school, I can put, I'm really excited that I get to pick up my kids from school now because when I worked at the bank, I didn't have the option of ever getting to pick them up from school. So it's just those kind of things of kind of putting in those hints of things that you get to do from Beachbody, or even if you don't work from home because of Beachbody. Let's say you got a check for $40 from Beachbody because you sold the challenge pack. You go to get gas that day. Oh, thanks to Beachbody, I was able to fill my tank up with gas today. I mean, there are people who struggle to fill their car up with gas, so that's an easy thing that you can say that's an everyday thing that you do, but you can relate it to what you're doing as a coach. And then also schedule and plan your posts. The one thing I love about having a like page is you can schedule out your posts for the entire week, and typically I do that. Generally, the weeks that I don't have tons of posts, that means that I didn't have time to schedule out all my posts. And you can tell, if you go to my page, you can tell the weeks that I really had time to plan out all my posts. But make sure that you're doing that. And that, again, is a part of the being intentional. When we come out with our marketing plan for our month, you should really utilize those, because then when you're scheduling your posts out for the month or the week or whatever it is, you already have a plan. Like, you know, we have a coach sneak peek coming up, so that's what you should be posting about. Or if you know that you have a new challenge group coming up and you need to sell some challenge packs, then you need to start talking about how awesome your challenge group is doing, or people's results that they're getting in your challenge group, or how before you would have fell off track, but your accountability group is really keeping you pushing. So those are the kind of things that you need to make sure that you're posting about regularly and you're being really intentional with it. One thing that is so easy to lose track of, in the last week I've really sucked at this, but luckily I have Amy in both of my challenge groups and she's totally rocking it out because I've done terrible. But the power of your challenge group. So one thing you should always do when you start your challenge group is keep them informed, especially when you're getting them started. So before they're even put in that challenge group, they should know what to expect. If they want to hop on a call with you, then do that. You should be sending them an email with meal plans, or however you do it. Every coach is different how they get their challenges started off, but you just need to make sure that they're comfortable, they know what they're getting into, and they know what to expect when they start this challenge group. The next thing is keeping them engaged. You can give them point systems. You can give them challenges. I've done prizes in my groups. You can post about your challengers on your personal page. So one thing I like to do is a challenger of the week, and anytime I have one, I always post on my personal page as well, and I make sure I tag them in it. If they're not my challenger, then I tag them as well as their coach, because obviously I don't want to take their coach's people from them, but you should also be acknowledging them on their personal page, because then other people are going to see it that are their friends. They're like, oh, hey, what are you doing? You know, I didn't even know you were doing anything with the fitness challenge. The next thing is be present, which, like I said, this is where I've done terrible for the past week. But that's another important thing about having other coaches in your group, because, you know, we all fall off. We all have life struggles. There are things that happen. And that's a good part about teaming up with other coaches and helping each other out, because if someone's struggling, then someone else can help you out. The next thing is post about how well your challenge group is doing. Like I said, if you have a challenger that's totally killing it in your challenge group, post about it. I remember one time in the first week of my challenge group in January, as a total of my whole challenge group, they had lost 45 pounds in 1 week. So I held up a 45-pound weight at my house, and I took a picture and posted about it and got tons of hits on it, because, I mean, that's awesome if a whole group of people losing that much weight. Let's see. Post about your coaching opportunity in your challenge group. So that's one thing that sometimes people are scared of, is as coaches, sometimes we think that we are going to sound too salesy if we talk about the coaching opportunity in our challenge groups. But to be honest with you, I can't tell you how many times I forgot to do it, or I was just too nervous to. And then one of my challengers reached out to me and was like, hey, I've been noticing about your coaching post. You know, I really want to know more about it. And then I felt like a retard because I didn't do it myself, and I didn't ask them myself. So make sure that you take that opportunity. Post it in your challenge groups, and invite every single one of your challengers that's in your challenge group. Ask them if they want to be a part of the Coach Sneak Peek. Even if you've asked them before, if it's been months down the road, ask them again, because you never know how their life has changed. Also, have them move on to the next group after theirs is over. So when your 21-day group is over, or your 30-day group is over, whatever it is, have them move on to your graduate challenge group, or mine is a New Year, New You group. I just add them all back to that from my January group. So however it is that you keep all your challengers, invite them to the next one so that they can keep pushing and they don't just fall off after their 21 days. Sorry, my thing is blocking my last one. Oh, and then when your challenges are successful, they'll want to share with others. So that's the best way to get a good coach is through your challenge group. Because when people see good success, then they want to share with the people that they love. I know we already talked about this, but recognition. So we talked about it with our challengers, but with your coaches, you should be recognizing them for any and everything. So don't just recognize your coaches for hitting Success Club. You should be recognizing them for engagement. So if they're killing it in their challenge group and they're responding to everyone's posts and things like that, recognize them for that. Because that's, as we all know, that's not always easy. It's really easy, especially if you have a huge challenge group, to make sure you're commenting on everyone's posts and you're keeping everyone engaged. So if you have a coach that's just doing amazing with that, recognize them for it. If they themselves have a good transformation, recognize them for it. If they're reaching their goals, even if it's a small goal of, hey, I wanted to lose 5 pounds, or I wanted to fit in these jeans, or I wanted to sign up, 2 people this month. Even if they didn't hit Success Club, they still met their goal that they set. Call them out for it and recognize them on the team page. And again, on their personal page. Another thing, if you see them have their own coaches and you can see that they're being a good leader and they're showing their coaches how to do things, or even other coaches. So there are many times that someone will post on the Team Persevere page and not Monica or me or even anyone in the leadership team will not have commented on it, but there are other coaches who will comment and cheer that person on or give them the advice they need. That still is showing good leadership skills, even if those aren't their coaches. So make sure, same thing, that you recognize them for that. I know you all know how good it feels to be recognized for something, so make sure you remember that as you start building your own team. Team engagement. So this sometimes can be really hard. And a lot of that is because, like I said, life happens, and everybody will have ebbs and flows in their life of when they can really be on top of it and other times they can't. So it is our job as a team, not just as a leader, but all of us together. If you notice that our team page is slacking and no one's posting on it, then post on it, whether it's something encouraging that you read, or if you watched an awesome YouTube video that inspired you, post it on the team page. And that's because I guarantee if our team page is slowly dwindling down, that means that our team is slowly not holding each other accountable. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're not, on top of our fitness. We're not on top of our leadership. So it's our job to keep our team engaged. Also, as a leader of your own team, and this is one thing that I know Monica struggled with. I know I've struggled with it. It's hard to let go of your own team stuff and allow another coach to be in charge of it. So it's hard to let another coach lead your team calls sometimes because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to give the advice that you want them to lead or to run a coach sneak peek. I mean, it took quite a while before Monica was willing to let other coaches lead a coach sneak peek call. I'm not going to lie. It took a while. But I was the same way with my team. I'm sorry. I just like things a certain way. And especially type A people, that's just hard to let go of that. But the bad part about it is, for one, you can't do it all. Whether it's your upline team or your downline team, we are here to help each other be successful. And there is not one of us who can do it all by ourselves. It's not possible unless you are just like a person who can just sit in a room and you have nothing else going on in your life. Then you might have the option of that working, but I know that isn't what's going on in any of our lives. So we all have to work together as a team. Sorry, Tegan's over here again. And then allow your coaches to lead. So if you know that one of your coaches is doing awesome in a certain area, encourage them to post about it on the team page. Or if you think it's something that they would be awesome at leading a call on, then talk to your upline about it and talk to them about them being allowed to lead a call or whatever it is, but give them that leadership. And then make sure you guys have success partners. We just talked about this, but success partners are so important. I can tell you that as soon as I notice my business falling off, it's always when I don't have a success partner or my success partners have fallen off. First off, we all need to have at least one success partner. But second off, I suggest having multiple. So since I've been in this business, I would say my peak of my business when I was the best at it, I literally had Someone from my corporate calls from the Diamond team, it was a man from Canada, awesome success partner, but his wife just had a baby, fallen off, hasn't worked. So I'm going to have to find another one. I also have a success partner who's local that lives in Kansas City. Same thing, not on my team, just another awesome coach that we really vibe with. But then I also have 2 success partners that are on our team. So make sure that you have multiple people who are holding you accountable and pushing you and, bouncing ideas off of each other, because those are going to be the things that keep you really pumped up and keep your blood flowing and keeping you wanting to be active. And, when you are having a rough time in your business, your success partner is going to be the one to help you get out of that rut. Another thing, since we left Summit, one thing that our leadership team did was have a team text. So if you have your own team, even if it's just one coach underneath you, have a team text going on or a team Facebook Messenger where you guys check in every day. Just say, hey, how are you doing? What you got going on? Things like that. Because that's going to keep that excitement and that accountability going. I can tell you that as soon as our text message from Summit started to go down, you could see all of our numbers drop, all of our fitness goals dropping, all of our attitudes dropping. But the good thing is there's so many of us on our leadership team that we literally were like, okay, guys, we need to snap out of it. You haven't commented, you haven't posted, you haven't done this. I need you to help me out. And the other day I posted a video on the team page, and the one thing I said was, I know that I have a lot going on in my life, but you guys as my team and the people who I'm working with every day, I expect you guys, if you don't see me posting something or if you see me just doing terrible at what I'm supposed to be doing, I expect you guys to call me out on it. It doesn't matter if Tristan's in the hospital. It doesn't matter if we're traveling. It doesn't matter what's going on. If you don't see me posting something good for 2 days, or if they don't see me texting back in our leadership text for 2 days, I expect them to call me out and say, Jill, you need to get it together. What's going on? How can I help you? Or do you just need a kick in the butt? Because if we don't have that tough love and accountability, we just won't be successful, because we always will have an excuse. We always will have something going on. In my life, it's generally Tristan's in the hospital. And if I put my life on hold every time Tristan's in the hospital, my entire family's life would be on hold forever, because that's just a part of, what we have going on. And we're okay with that. We've learned how to deal with it. But that's why I say, don't feel bad if I'm in the hospital. You can still kick me in the butt and say, you need to get it moving. You haven't been posting, get it together. And then the next thing is you should always be getting together with your team or our team for anything that's going on. So Super Saturdays, they are a must. So you have to go to your Super Saturdays. I can tell you when my business is the best, it is when I'm going to Super Saturdays, and right after Summit, we all have the most motivation. If there's any kind of meetings that you have locally, if you are in a city where you have a lot of coaches from our team in that city, get together with those coaches. Even like I know Amy and Monica got together with their kids earlier. Like that, those are things that will help encourage you in your business and keep you trucking along. So make sure that you're doing those things. Okay, so homework. I want to ask you, do you believe? I want you to make a list of the things that Beachbody can do for you that your current situation cannot. When I first got serious about Beachbody, I can tell you it was because I got to a point in the business that I was working at that I felt very unappreciated. I didn't think I could go as far as I wanted to go because of how it was aligned. And I honestly knew, and I still know, even though I'm not where I want to be right now, I know that I will be extremely successful in this business. I know that I will make the amount of money that I want to make. I will build the team that I want to build. I know that I will reach all the goals that I want to hit when the time is right for me. And I believe in the process. I believe in this business. I believe in what we have in front of us, our challenge groups, our Shakeology. I believe in that. And I want to make sure that you guys feel the same way. So if you guys truly believe in this business and what we have to offer people, then you will be successful. So I want you to, like I said, write down a list of what Beachbody can offer you in your current in your life that your current situation cannot. And then I want you to remember that you need a why that will make you cry. So your why should not just be, oh, I like to work out, or oh, Shakeology tastes good. How is this actually helping your life? Like I said, whether it's insecurities, depression, if you've had an eating disorder, it doesn't even have to be anything that big. If it's just you feel great in your clothes now, you don't have to change your clothes 20 times every time you get dressed, or you feel more confident when you're with your husband, or whatever it is, but it should be something that's passionate to you and that means something to you. All right, that's all I got, y'all.
Bam! She just came in and killed it, dropped the mic, and walked away.
Booyah!
I mean, there's nothing. Oh, I just got my earphones. Not a whole lot I have left to add, other than the fact that I was just touching on that fact of like us really working together to help build the team that we want, because at the end of the day, in order for each and every one of you to be successful, we have to help each other, just like in our challenge groups. And I touched on the tracking sheets, and that goes right along with your accountability. So your success partner, that's a great way to check in with your success partners. Hey, here's my sheet for the week. And they can go, dude, you need to step it up. Like if you're telling me I want to get to this level, or I want to make this amount of money, or I want to do this for my family, or I want to take this or pay for this vacation with what I make for Beachbody, then at the end of the day, we've got to hold each other accountable, just like we do in our challenge groups, because we have no qualms about calling out our challengers. We need to have the same kind of, philosophy when it comes to coaching as well. And it doesn't just have to be your upline calling you out. And the same goes for the recognition. The leadership team and I have really started to amp up our recognition, because we want to recognize our entire team. That doesn't mean that you guys can't go in there and recognize someone. If you see someone make a great post, or if you see someone do something awesome, like recognize them, because guys, it's contagious. Like you start recognizing someone, then they want to go. Like we're going to start a recognition tag, where like if I recognize someone with our team logo and something, then it's your responsibility to go recognize another coach for something that they've done. Because the more that we can, and especially guys, like with our lives and society, like we need all the positivity we can get. And what better way to do that than to recognize each other for the amazing things that we're doing. And it doesn't even have to be with this business. Maybe it's you see one of your coaches and they're your friends are going through a really hard time, and they just really need something uplifting. So it's just, the more that we realize that this is a team effort, in all regards, the better we're going to be. So we've got to start thinking about me and start thinking about we. Because that's honestly what it boils down to. And I'm just as guilty as everyone else. But at the end of the day, when you help someone else, just like in our businesses, it comes back to you tenfold. So if you just continue to lead with that servant's heart, then, the sky is truly the limit. So I'm going to stop